Hey everybody, welcome back. This is my second video this week. I'm pretty excited about that. I just finished a workout down at Cityscape CrossFit. 3 rounds for time of 1,000-meter run, 30 muscle ups, and 100 air squats. It was okay. Actually, it was really good. I finished in about 34 minutes, which is a pretty good muscle up. To get 30 muscle ups down in 34 minutes is awesome for me. Actually, I'm really happy about that. Other than that, the running felt great. It's beautiful out. Running by everyone on their lunch break. So if you saw someone running by and you're watching this, now you know who it was. Just kidding. Anyways, today I kind of wanted to touch base on gluten-free. So gluten-free diet has really been popular over probably the past 3 years, and I for one was definitely involved with this diet, not creating it obviously, but following it, trying to be gluten-free. Paleo, which has come out, has been around for the last 3 years and is quite popular, really advocates for gluten-free, all of this, no wheat, no bread, no pasta, all that good gluten-y stuff. So I guess today the points I wanted to make is that gluten-free isn't necessarily better for you, and going gluten-free isn't necessarily going to help you lose weight. And here's why. So gluten is a protein that's found in wheat, and counterparts of wheat, buckwheat, all that type of stuff. That's cornstarch. It's used to thicken things, so it's found in soup, sauces, and then the obvious bread, pastas, cookies, baking, all that type of good stuff. So people will take that out of their diet. So I'm on gluten-free diet, so I don't have any of that stuff. And then they lose weight. And you're like, okay, is it because you're taking out the gluten, or is it because you're not having all of these higher carb, higher calorie, higher fat foods that this gluten is home for, or whatever, and then your overall calorie consumption just goes down and you lose weight. And then on the other end of that, there's all these gluten-free foods that are coming out now. So there's gluten-free brownies, gluten-free bread, gluten-free this, gluten-free that. And so people are now turning and having these gluten-free things, which is bringing in those calories again. And so you're not really going to be losing that weight. So I guess what I'm trying to say is that if you're cutting all of that stuff and your calorie consumption is down, but then you replace it with gluten-free counterparts and eat it thinking that you're gonna keep that weight off, it's probably not gonna happen. So yeah, it could. Actually, it couldn't. It's calories. So if you're eating more calories, replacing the calories you weren't eating, you will gain the weight back, or you will not lose the weight. That's how it works. Not to mention that gluten-free foods are on average 242% more expensive than gluten foods, which is crazy. So anyways, that's just a side note. So let's go back to, gluten. So should you be eating it? So celiac people with celiac disease cannot eat gluten. It is an absolute no. You know who you are, you know when you eat it. It irritates the small intestine, and celiac people definitely not have gluten. Now from there are people that have a small sensitivity to gluten. And those people would have bloating, gas, constipation. When you have gluten, you can tell that your body doesn't like it. Now, depending on how you eat, you might be eating a lot of foods that irritate your system. So is it gluten? For sure. You may not know. Is it there's it could be dairy, it could be eggs, it could be any sort of food that's causing these reactions in your body. So to say that it's gluten, it may not be. There's also studies out there that the long-term effects of eating a lot of gluten over time does increase a higher sensitivity to gluten. So if you have like bread for breakfast, pasta for lunch, wraps for dinner, all very gluten-y, have cookies, everything, like your gluten-based diet, that may not be the best thing. So small amounts of gluten would result in having a less sensitivity to gluten. So for me, like if I go out on a date night and we have pizza, I'm okay with not having like gluten-free, whatchamacallit, pizzas. Or like if I'm out somewhere and I really want like, I don't know, something with gluten, like every once in a while is perfectly okay for like the average person. If you have weight loss goals or specific calorie needs, then you just want to watch what you're eating and making sure that you're falling into like your macros or carbs after your workout and like those type of rules or guidelines. So yeah, so I just like wanted to set it clear that gluten-free diets aren't the be-all end-all in the world. It is still, like there's studies out there still on a lot of the gluten stuff. But the best way to see if you are gluten sensitive is to take it out of your diet for probably about 3 weeks and then bring it back in and see how your stomach does. The other option you could do is a complete elimination diet. So for 3 weeks you cut out a number of foods, so like gluten, dairy, alcohol, sugar, foods that are high FODMAP foods, which I can list in the notes below. But you take them out for 3 weeks and then you add them back one at a time each day to see if you do have any sort of reaction. So that could be bloating, gas, constipation, like red face, like heat. So yeah, it's pretty crazy how food affects us. So yeah, if you have any questions on this, please send me a note. I hope this was beneficial for you, and I will link some information up in the notes. Thanks guys, have a great day.